Art and the mountains have a long connection. Starting with the Enlightenment in the 18th century, the bourgeois developed a new nature enthusiasm. At the same time, artists started to capture the beauty of the raw nature in poems, paintings, etc. Until now, artists and architects intrigue with the Alpine scenery, using it as a site for sculptures, as a scenery for stunning architecture, as a location for conventions, summer schools, and isolation camps, as a basis for theoretical approaches. Their interest in the Alpine landscape is shared by the artists with many others. Beginning with summer health resorts and tuberculosis hospitals in the late 18th century, mountain tourism grew constantly, even increasingly when in the 19th century hiking and skiing for pleasure got popular. Various places in the Alps developed into tourism centers. Besides the sport tourism, culture and art developed at some places to thriving attractors, as in the Swiss Sils Maria, where writers, artists and thinkers meet since the late 19th century, or St. Moritz, where numberless galleries and auction houses are offered to the high society tourists. At many places, art is introduced deliberately to attract differing groups of tourists all over the year. Workshops are held for artists, art and music festivals as the Engadin Art Talk and the Art Seifenthal are arranged. Extraordinary architecture is built and sculptures are installed in the Alpine scenery. Also cure and wellness is still an attractor for Alpine tourists. The Montafon Valley in the Austrian Alps is a typical sport tourist center. 16,400 inhabitants are confronted with 468,000 tourists arriving, for example, in 2017. 67 cable cars with hundreds of kilometers of slope and hiking trails are spread throughout the valley. But besides that, little cultural attractions are offered. With the climate change and decreasing snowfalls, other overtures are in great demand. Therefore, an intervention hosting arts in residence and an art gallery is placed in the Gauertal. The Gauertal is a side valley of the Montafon and not yet connected to any skiing resort. The stunning scenery is used as a location and inspiration for workshops and seminars with various local and international artists. The art gallery, which starts as an empty space, is filled up bit by bit with art pieces, graphics, text and sculptures produced in artist workshops on the side. To widen the context of the gallery and atelier, an annual art festival is hosted at different locations all over the Montafon Valley, introducing sculptures into the nature and showing local arts and crafts. The intervention itself should also stand out as an Alpine art piece, as a sculpture, modeled after the surrounding mountain peaks, sitting elevated on the hillside, rising higher than the surrounding small-scale Alpine houses, and offering an unhindered view into the Alpine landscape. To avoid an urbanization of the Gauertal, the gallery is only accessible by an easy 40 minutes hike. Material for workshops and food, etc. can be delivered via the already existing supplier street. All in all, the concept should attract artists, tourists and locals and be a starting point for a broader range of Alpine attractions.